I am Jack Gilbertson of AHS-TV, and I am here with
Graydon Sheasley.
And Seth McCann.
and we're going to be talking about PFEW, Pennsylvania Free Enterprise Week.
Part 2.
Part 2, and we're going to be talking about, we call it the survival guide.
And this time we have someone who's going
And we
to
have a special
PFEW
guest.
this week.
Yeah.
Or
I'm going
not
to
this week,
PFEW.
this year.
Yeah. And like just like a quick rundown, Pennsylvania Free Enterprise Week. You go away for a week, compete in like a little business thing. You stay in like a dorm room. It's
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
you get that college life. You get assigned to like a certain industry.
group, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we already went over it
Yeah.
last time, like just a refresher.
Yeah.
And then like we have Graydon here for any questions. So do you have any questions to start us off?
So like, I guess the most common question I get even from other people is like, how much free time do you get during the week?
It
Seth
really.
and I are really different on this. I'll let Seth answer first.
I think it just depends if you're CEO or not. If you are CEO, you get like zero downtime. Like,
yeah, and I was the CEO of my group. No free time.
But if you have like if you aren't, you get like periods throughout the day that are like free periods. It could be like 40 minutes to like 2 hours, depending on like CEO meetings and lunch and like all that.
Yeah.
And then like Wednesday night they have that party that you can go to. It's like a weird it's like a homecoming dance, honestly,
Okay.
but just like
And it
formal,
wasn't that good.
not formal, informal.
I went
And
there for a second and then went back to my room.
I stayed for like 20 minutes and then I was like, okay, I'm out. But I mean, like overall, I would say it depends if you plan on being CEO or not.
But like that's only 18 people for a week are CEO, so most likely you're gonna have free time.
Yeah. A lot of people do like the volleyball. They have that volleyball net there. They are supposed to have the gym and the pool open, but
We'll
for
talk.
our,
No, that's different. That's different.
what's
as-
different about it?
Nothing. I don't know. I was just saying that.
Anyways, it was closed for us. They told us it would be open and then it was closed.
And
we were
as
upset.
CEO, every time that everyone else gets free time, you get CEO group therapy, where we all just sit in the desks and they give us books.
What?
Like, I wish I had my free time. I really did. Any other questions?
Which campus were you guys on?
We were at the
Lycoming.
Lycoming. Okay.
It was.
Lyco-
It wasn't as rough for
okay,
me as it was for Jack. but
Lycoming's nice.
yeah,
Forest Hall isn't, but don't worry, you won't be in Forest
Isn't
Hall.
it closed?
Yeah, right after I was there.
it's literally like one road of like.
No, it's like nice though.
Yeah, it's like one road of like,
The nice like,
the dorms. Like it's just like you literally walk down one street. And
except
that's,
for
like, what it
Forest
is.
Hall. It was
Yeah,
like
Forest
in an
Hall's
alley.
like Forest Hall is like off in the way, but you know, I mean,
After the Forest Hall massacre,
you could really tell the difference
they had to
between
close it.
I think the girls' dorms looked just so much nicer based on the outside.
Dude, you're in Creever Hall. You have no room to talk.
I mean, like compared to like Rich Hall, come on.
Okay, Rich Hall was different because they also had like the lunchroom or something.
It's called Rich Hall for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You cannot be in Creever and saying you didn't have it good.
I'm just saying though
Come on,
that the
bud.
difference
You weren't in
between
Forest Hall.
dorms
you were in
is what
Forest
I'm
Hall.
saying.
Don't talk till you've been in Forest Hall.
Okay, someone's trauma is causing some disruptions right now.
Yeah, someone wasn't in Forest Hall.
Yeah. Great.
And you won't be in Forest Hall
I
either.
won't be in
so-
Forest Hall either.
Here, you can't get into Rich Hall either. You're not bougie enough.
They switched it around though. I heard like last year.
Okay, you might get into Rich
Like
Hall.
I think the girls had Creever. I think there was only one boy and two girls, or only one girl and two boys. Like separate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't really know what kind of questions like what we could talk about really.
I was just hoping Graydon would carry.
I can try and carry. Like, guys, what's bedtime?
Be in your rooms at 10:30.
Yeah.
I think
And-
it's
Yeah, I think it's like you're supposed to be in your room by 10:30, and then the RAs come and like just make sure.
check your
everyone's-
room, make sure there's two people in there at like 11.
Yeah, and then like you're supposed to be in bed by 11, but like no one ever is.
They didn't even check Forest Hall the last day, and I don't blame them because that guy wasn't gonna come out alive if he did.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's not really like, a bedtime, but you get
But,
up
like,
early because like
you're-
the company meetings start really early in the morning.
They do start early, so you do want to get to bed. There is. I'd say there's a bedtime because like they make sure you're both in the room at like 11.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's like usually the last like hour or two of the day is like you get to just do whatever you want, kind of.
yeah.
And then eventually you just have to like, so people would go like running or whatever, and then they'd have to go, you have to go in your room, and then they would come and check and be like, you guys here? And you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I had such an awful roommate, not like Austin
But,
roommate,
like,
but
the
like
other
so
room.
basically the dorms are set up like you have one room and then you share a bathroom with another room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the other two in the other room were like the definition of Discord mod. Like you could just tell through how they like how their
His
bathroom
arm.
was in the nicest way. They literally clogged our toilet and then just left it.
Oh my
And-
god.
Yeah, and then me and Austin went in. We were like, "What the?" The
You don't say it.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm not
say
gonna
it.
say it. I'm not gonna say it.
What the freak?
What the freak? Yeah, and yeah, we had to go to the RA and like they had to like
Yeah.
unclog it for us, and we were like, "I'm sorry, it wasn't even us." And then I also had this like rag that I use for me and Austin to dry our hands, like because you have to bring a lot of your own stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And I went in once and it was absolutely soaking wet. And I was like, this is and then I was like, no, I don't want to be a part of this room anymore.
Like I don't know why. Like my hair at PFEW was so like luscious and beautiful. Like for the week, like I don't know what was going on.
They got the bad rooms, but the good water.
No, I don't know. Like my hair was luscious. Like it was so like nice looking, and that's important. That it was only nice looking, because I didn't realize I was using body wash in my hair the entire week. I just like didn't even think about it. Like I don't know how I made that mix up.
That's why it looks so luscious.
So I think we should probably tell them, since we, like some of the stuff you should probably bring with you.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good thing to know. I mean, they give you like a huge list like a few weeks before.
Yeah. Did you get the list of
Not-
like
not
what you
yet.
should bring? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like you'll probably get that. When are you going? Like what week?
The second week of July, I think.
Okay, so yeah, you'll probably get it like beginning mid-June.
I
don't know.
I don't remember.
I think. Do you know? Are you rooming with like someone you know? Or are you just getting picked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
I would.
Cameron.
Yuck. No, but
I wish they could see the face I just made.
He was all like, "Yuck."
okay, but I'd say like obviously like bed sheets are like important because their bed sucks, and also I mean you could get away.
See,
with, I mean
I
like,
would bring a bed sheet, because when your fan breaks, but you still need something to like comfort you from the forest hall nights, you're gonna want a bed sheet over you so you don't like overheat and die.
yeah, and there's also like it's not air conditioned, so like bring like a small fan.
Yeah, bring a fan. Bring a fan.
One of the most important thing, Austin brought a small black fan and put it like so close to his bed that it was hardly touching me, because I was like, hey, you want to bring the fan and I'll bring this? And he's like, yeah. And then he put it like 2 inches from his bed, and it was like a foot away from mine.
I
It
was so hoping Maddox would bring a fan, because like why would Maddox not bring a fan, you know?
Did you guys talk about like separating it, or
We
did you
didn't,
guys...
but like, I just assumed he'd bring a fan.
Mm.
So the only person who brought a fan was me, and then we broke it day one.
Yeah, I think I was in the room with you when it broke. and-
Yeah.
oh my god. And a weird thing for like PFEW is like if there's 2 guy dorms, like there's Forest and Creever.
Yeah.
You're like if you're in Forest, you're not allowed in Creever Hall.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense, because we were like told like the first day no one really cares because
Because
no
like
one knows
everyone was like
exactly.
talking to each other, seeing each other's rooms.
Yeah, and then after that they were like, oh yeah, if you're in Creever you can't go into Forest. Why?
Why?
I don't know. It was like a weird thing. But
I know what they planted in Forest Hall.
yeah, but
The VAs.
I don't really like shower shoes. I guess is really important.
I was
'cause-
gonna bring shower shoes, but like the flip flops I had that were shower shoes like soaked up the water,
Yeah.
and like so I just decided to like I was like whatever, I'll just stand in it. Like we're sharing it with 2 other people. It's like whatever.
I'll live.
I'll live,
Go. I went to Walmart. They had like really cheap ones there.
I should have got a new one because I didn't think about it. I just threw in flip flops I had.
Well,
and-
Seth wouldn't be able to share with his roommates.
So true. I would
So-
have kind of like contracted
I don't know, what-
diseases upon
what else is
diseases.
Yeah, well, they
important
would
to
have got the
know.
gamer leg.
What else is important to know about PFU? Like what do you think is important to know?
What do I think is important to know about PFU?
So like okay, like let's say so I'll tell you what the industries were, and like you could just tell me like which one you would pick, or maybe, and then like what you would maybe create. I don't know. So there were pet supplies was one. There was candy, transportation, home appliances, health and fitness, and then there was like one more that was truly forgettable, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever. Out of those, like, if you had to pick one and you would like wish you got, which like industry would you want out of those? Which one do you think would be like the easiest?
Yeah, don't pick one now because you're not gonna get it.
Oh. I mean, like, candy is probably the easiest.
I would say candy's the hardest because like every candy ever has already been made. It's just sugar in a different shape.
Well, yeah, but you can just like make a knockoff. Like,
Yeah,
there's
you're
like,
right.
I mean, I guess it would be a little hard though, like trying to figure out something because people already make like knockoffs
Right.
all the time. I mean, the one for us, like every single like award went to people in the pet supplies, but I
Yeah.
feel like to me that's easiest because there's
Mhm.
like
yeah,
a lot.
people
you
need
can
pet
do.
supplies.
True, they
Yeah.
do. Jack got transportation, and
Transportation's hard, I think, because like everyone in the world is already trying to make transportation better. There's like nothing we can do.
I got health and fitness, which is also I think really hard because like a lot of fitness stuff is already created.
I feel like
and,
same thing applies as transportation. Like everyone's trying to improve fitness already. So like
yeah, and like everything in the health department's already like pretty
advanced.
advanced.
Yeah.
But like also you need to be like pretty knowledgeable to know what can actually help in fitness and health. Like
Mm.
I don't know. There's like you can have like a basis understanding, but I mean you need to have like at least a little more to be able to like create a product.
Graydon, you gotta tell me if Forest Hall's still there or not.
I'll tell you. I mean, didn't you get told that it was going
I
away?
was told, but
Yeah,
I need
it's like-
confirmation it's gone.
During the tour we were told.
Because she remembered me, like Orlovka,
Oh.
like the person who comes in and talks about it, like for the assembly. She recognized me, and I talked about my amazing time there. And then I was like, Forest Hall changed me, and she was like, oh, it's being demolished. I was like,
Yeah.
Fell to my knees like
Yeah.
platoon.
I felt like complete, like a void in my heart was like filled, or it wasn't even filled; it was just fixed.
This slice in my heart was fixed up.
Do you have like I don't really know what you could like
I don't-
ask.
I feel like there's like a million. Oh, I'm away from the mic. I feel like there's like a million questions you could ask, but like, I can't think of any.
Yeah. Like I don't know what I don't remember much about like
No, it's like a repressed memory. It's like,
yeah. I mean, I would say like the business competition aspect of it gets pretty stressful by the end of the week.
yeah. They'll
Like-
be prepared for like the final day. Like the
Yeah,
final
'cause-
day is like an 8 a.m. to 11:30.
I got lucky for
10:45.
I got lucky cuz it depends on what.
There was something on Swanson's computer that was like playing, but
Oh. Yeah, there was like I got lucky both of my presentations were really early. So like our marketing one was at like 8 in the morning and our second one was at like
Yeah.
or it was like 8:45.
I thought the business was earlier.
It depended. It was like set up so like some people would do marketing and some people were doing like the finance stuff and whatnot.
Bring dress clothes, but like bring one nice one and one like business casual.
Okay.
Like you want business casual for marketing. Like what I wore was like khakis and like, of course it was a green like button shirt because I love green,
Oh, I do remember that.
and that's like that was my
See,
business casual.
Mine was like a gray button up, but I ended up it was really hot because it was like mid-July.
Yeah,
And I didn't
Yeah.
really think about that before, and like I sweat through that thing so bad. It was luckily after like our presentations
Yeah.
were over.
A polo is the play. A polo is so the play.
But yeah, I mean I think
yeah.
if you're do you think you'd be on like the finance or the marketing team? Because I mean like it's really all one, but they split up to do the work.
Mhm. Like you're still one group. Like you'll
Yeah.
be like F2 or something.
Probably finance.
Yeah, so I'd say if you're
Boring.
I'd say if you're doing finance, it would probably be like you would need a little more dressier for that presentation. The marketing one is a little more chill because you get to like make an ad and you get to like. do
I
all this
wish I
stuff.
was marketing, because like it was something I wanted. I wanted to be the CML. That wasn't like even the
Me
official
too.
title, but like That's what everyone called chief of marketing.
For my group, it was a little annoying because like we had 4 people run for CEO, and so the one girl got it, and then someone just randomly decided that the other 3 get to run the other stuff.
That's like back when like the person who failed in the presidential election became vice president. That's like
And so like
the
no one
worst
else
idea.
got to run for like CMO or CFO or whatever.
That's so dumb.
And I ended up just doing all the work for CMO anyways. Like eventually the CMO came to me with the ideas, and I was like, well, why don't I have the title?
Yeah. Well, I ended up picking. I'll tell my story. I don't know if I briefed on it last time, but like I won CEO, and like when I was being walked to the CEO therapy room, Joe was like, I was kind of thinking you'd be CMO, but like whatever, I'm CEO. When I came back is when we decided, or it was like before I left, we were deciding who CMO and CFO are. And they were like, I choose. Like, what do you mean I choose? I met you guys for like 10 minutes. So I just had them in like separate into their groups and have them vote collectively. And like they came to an agreement like pretty easily.
I think that works.
But my marketing officer, like I heard from my supervisor, like the teacher person, that like she wasn't really doing any work. I was like, whatever. I was slacking off sometimes too, but like he said it was like an issue because like she's supposed to be doing work.
Yeah, I mean everyone's supposed to be.
So I didn't want to like remove her like position. I didn't want to just give it to someone else. So I elected like a vice marketing officer. And the vice marketing
Sorry, guys.
the vice marketing officer, like, she was kind of mean to me. She was very bossy, but like at least she got stuff done. And it started to make like the original marketing officer also start like working more. So like that was fine with me.
Yeah, I mean
like,
whatever works.
Yeah,
I mean,
like they were working pretty good.
yeah. I think if you become CEO though, you do have to at one point you have to like do like this weird presentation thing in front of like the entire camp to like you're just like introducing one of the speakers.
Yeah.
But I mean if you don't really care, and you have to do like these. Didn't you have to do like a one-on-one with them? And
I
then,
did.
Like,
And here's the thing. I think I I love that guy. I don't even remember his name.
is
Like,
he the one who wore that love shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
But he didn't give anything away because like he wanted it to be a surprise. So we went into the room with him. It was a really like nice like lounge room. Like me and I think it was Andrew Beers. I don't know how I remember his name. We were just chilling in there with this guy, and he just like had a paper and slid it to us. Like, this is me. It was just like his age, his name, where he was from. Nothing else. And we were like trying to ask questions. He was like, everything you need to know is on there. We're like,
You're like, well, I gotta introduce you.
and we're like, okay. So like that's all we could really do. We were like, oh, we're Andrew Beers and Jack Gobertson.
I will say that some of the speakers were really good, but like some of them are just so boring.
The
And-
top tier ones. What was that guy's name? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know any
I
of their names.
feel so bad for not remembering his name.
I don't remember any of their names. One of them, he was like an American hero. or
That guy
whatever.
was
Yeah.
the GOAT.
He was really good.
What?
The whole like his whole thing was about like he has like really bad like burn scars and stuff from like, was he in Vietnam?
I think
I
so.
feel bad for not remembering.
Yeah, and
But like something really, like he burned really bad. Something really bad happened to him, and like he told the story of his life, and like it was really touching, really
Yeah.
like amazing. The guy I was just talking about that I had to do the one-on-one with, who like was it autistic son or daughter,
son, yeah.
or like yeah, and like but he was like kind of too dramatic about it.
Yeah,
Like he had a really good message. I liked listening to him, but he was like, I was in the lobby, and it's a beautiful place here, but my son is autistic. And he like switched up like that every like other sentence.
I actually talked to the son. He was really nice.
Like, why does it matter?
I got to talk to the veteran and that guy one-on-one with the other CEOs, which was really nice.
That's really cool.
It was really cool.
The one day, like you have multiple speakers in one day, so like after like, and that's like every day. Like it gets really old really quickly.
The most important one probably for me was like how to pick a college, because like at the time I had no idea what to do. I actually slept through it. One of my like group members had to wake me up.
I was like about to sleep through that.
I had like
and I was like in the front, like where he was like looking at us, and I was like, oh my god.
I was like head down for like the first half, and I woke up like this with my hat on my face and some guy like pushing me to wake me up.
The one day, like I think it's like day 2 or whatever, it's like you do a lot of notes. You do like two presentation things where like you listen to them and you take notes, but it's just to like help you throughout the week. Like it's kind of boring, but
like,
it's like helpful.
You might as well listen.
Yeah. And then after that, it gets like the competition really gets rolling, and then it's like you're constantly working or you're like hanging out while you're
last
working.
Last day's a stretch. Like it really is like 8 a.m. to 11:45. Yeah, because 11:45 was like be in your rooms at 11:45. We'll check at like 11.
Yeah, you have
or
like
10:45.
The night before like your presentations, you have to be like in a company meeting from like 6 to 10, and the thing.
Yeah, it's all work.
And if you like at 10, like no more conversation about it, like at all. They really like
Jeremiah.
Yeah,
his group got kicked. He got disqualified because someone talked about it after 10:45.
Yes. So if one person in your team talks about it after 10, your whole team gets disqualified from like winning anything.
I feel like so bad because like in person with my in-person eyes, I can see Graydon like reacting and like doing stuff, but like on the podcast, it just sounds like he isn't here. I kind of feel bad.
I'm listening.
Well, yeah, you're listening. But it just kind of seems like we're talking to each other on the podcast. Like,
so, I guess do you have any like
inquiries?
Questions? Since what we were talking about, do you have any other questions? Because I mean, like that's kind of the goal of this podcast.
Yeah, I know it's like the goal of this podcast, but
it's hard to ask questions when you haven't been
right.
Yeah,
you have to have at least a little bit of experience. Like, is there anything anything more you would recommend taking?
2 fans.
2 fans.
In case you put your hand in the first one.
Is that how you broke it?
I don't know why you did that.
I didn't mean to do that.
He took off like.
No, I didn't think it was never on. It was never put on, like the front of the fan.
So you brought an already broken fan.
No, I broke it there.
He opened it there.
It was like I bought like a real cheap fan from like Rite Aid or something.
Yeah, we could tell it was cheap.
And
yeah, that's why you got bullied for it.
Yeah,
that's what I get bullied for.
Where is it now? Actually, it should be in Swanson's.
We can get it. Did we get it for the picture last time?
Oh, we did.
We can get it again. Why not?
We should get a new and improved fan that someone bought Swanson.
Different.
But I would obviously like your normal everyday stuff, like your hygienic products and like whatever.
Yeah, like you want to bring.
Obviously,
like,
I mean, like obviously you're gonna be
gone
for like a week.
Right.
Yeah.
I brought in a lot of brisk iced tea for my.
A lot of people brought snacks.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't need to, but like the dining hall's open, but it's
the
like
food is so good. Like you should bring your own snacks.
I will say, yeah,
but the food is so.
The food
good.
is really good, but once you leave, you will get nauseous. It's just like
oh no, I didn't. Have
a lot of
issue.
people had like I went. My dad picked me up when we went to Texas Roadhouse that night or whatever, and I couldn't eat a single ounce of food. Like it was, and that's just like everyone's who I talk to's experience. It's like I don't just college food always does that to people. It seems like.
Who was it? I know it was Austin and I. Were you there?
I didn't go with you guys. I think Maddox went with you.
Yeah, it must have been Maddox, Austin, and I, because my mom picked us all up.
Yeah, because my dad and my sister came to pick
and
me
we
up.
went to eat at this place, and like we got like these big calzones that were like they were good. Like it's food, like it's good. It was like kind of like an eating out restaurant. And the water, we drank like 3 cups. Like every time the waiter walked by, all our cups were empty. So he was just like, okay, I'll give you guys a pitcher of water. That entire thing was gone by the time he walked back. We drank because we were so thirsty in Forest Hall. Like,
well, Austin didn't go in Forest Hall. He was Creever with me.
Yeah, you guys were lucky. You can't like talk anything bad about the living conditions.
Austin's just naturally thirsty.
Yeah, but no, the food is really good. They have a lot of options, the dining hall looks nice too.
A lot of room, a lot of food, so good.
They have like a dessert table, and they keep like filling.
I remember one. I think it was Wednesday.
Ice cream machine.
It was Wednesday when there was a CEO meeting over both of the lunches.
CEO.
I was messing up my words. Shut up.
I'm sorry, Jack. That was looking at me. I'm sorry.
There was the meeting over the lunches, so we had to eat separate, but we got to eat with all of like the teachers or supervisors or CAs, whatever you want to call them, like the company advisors. Yes, we got to eat with all of them. Got to talk to them. It was just.
You can DoorDash food too. Crazy.
You can't. Andrew Beer, same guy I brought up earlier. He ordered like this Chinese food from nearby, And in like the CEO group chat, he was like, "Does anyone want this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want that. Like, it's Chinese food for free." I pick it up. I go to like Michelle Warofka, and I'm like, "Can I just leave this in here so no one steals it?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, that's fair. I don't know what I expected." So I left it in the hallway, and I picked it up at the end of the meeting. It might have been Thursday night. I think it was. I'll have to ask Maddox, but I think it was Thursday night because we got home really late, like to our dorms. It was really bad food. Like, it was just not good. And we were eating it really late while we heard, like, banging, like, walls and screaming. Like, that's the average Forest Hall night, but it was worse Thursday.
Something I would say to do is definitely bring some money because, like, they have the gift shop open so you can get stuff there. And that stuff's kind of expensive, but also they have vending machines with, like, energy drinks and, like, other drinks and stuff in it. And the last night for, like, that 4 hours, like, that 4 hour period of, like, you know, preparing before, you're constantly going over your presentation over and over and over and over again. I mean, I don't know if you drink energy drinks, but like
you might want some.
Yeah,
we gotta wrap this up. So, like, final thoughts from Sheasley.
Final thoughts. I'm pretty excited.
It is nice.
When I was there, I like kind of hated my time there.
I didn't mind it.
I also liked I don't regret going.
I didn't really after eventually I stopped caring for the actual like competition. I really liked hanging out with like the people because you get really close with them. I mean, eventually you probably won't really talk to them, but like throughout that week you get really close like with a lot of people because you're constantly with them.
We're wrapping this up.
Yeah, we are.
That's about there. It's really been a Hawks cast.
This is me and Jack's last podcast.
That's not funny. Don't say that.
I'm sorry. It's true.
Great. That was great. Shut up for a second. Great.
Happy birthday.
My birthday's in
It
September.
is Seth's birthday today.
It is not my birthday.
But yeah,
My birthday's in
it really
September.
has been a Hawks cast, and we're out.